Motion made and second, okay. Could we have a roll call on that one, Christie?
Wick?
Yes.
Hitchell?
Yes.
Donovan?
Aye.
Nelson?
Yes.
Knapper?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I'm thinking there's some words off smart. She's going, this is a tougher job than that.
Yeah, I mean, the world wouldn't have stopped spinning if we didn't.
No, I understand, but if we're gonna.
We would have got through 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, it's all right, so let's just get it done.
We all on the same page yet?
Yeah.
Okay, number E4. Assistance request, Gallus Enterprises.
No, E3. We gotta go back, we still gotta do the ambulance one, we gotta get rid of the ambulance, 965.
Thought we just did that.
No.
Yeah, we did the fire.
We got fire rescue in place, and now we can get rid of ambulance.
Okay, at the June 1st, 2020 meeting, council approved the first reading of ordinance 965 repealing chapter 37, ambulance service beginning July 1st, 2021. The fire rescue department and the ambulance service will be combined under one department. Attached is an ordinance to repeal chapter 37, ambulance service. The recommendation is the administration recommends the council approval. I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the second reading of ordinance number 965 to repeal chapter 37 ambulance service.
Second to the motion.
Motion been made and second to approve the second reading of the ordinance 965 to repeal chapter 37 ambulance service. Do we have a roll call on that, Bill? Or Christie?
Donovan?
Yes.
Hitchell?
Yes.
Donovan?
Yes.
Yes.
They didn't hear my name, but yes.
Nelson?
Vote no. They all passed?
Motion to waive the third reading of ordinance number 965 to repeal chapter 37 ambulance service.
Second to the motion.
Motion been made and second to waive the third reading of the ordinance number 965 to repeal chapter 37 ambulance service. Excuse me. Yeah, motion.
Roll call.
Is there a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, we could be really goofy.
Could we have a roll call on that one? Christie?
Knapp?
Yes.
Hitchell?
Yes.
Donovan?
No.
Wick?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt ordinance number 965 to repeal chapter 37 ambulance service on its second reading.
Is there a
Second to the motion.
Second, motion been made and second to adopt ordinance number 965 to repeal chapter 37, ambulance service on its second reading. Can we have a roll call on that?
Yeah.
Christie?
Yes.
Hitchell?
Yes.
Donovan?
Yes.
Wick?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Motion carried. I'll tell you, if we ever get another council meeting, let's think of that many things. We'll have to take 2 days. All right.
Now we're at Gallus. Now we're on Gallus.
This will be a tough one.
Assistant request, Gallus Enterprises. Gallus Enterprises is constructing a 12-unit apartment building and 15 single-stall garages, and is pursuing financial assistance for the portion of the costs of the project, and as such is requesting approval from the City of Lamar's to submit application to the Iowa Economic Development Authority for funding through the Workforce Housing Tax Incentive Program. The administration recommendation is recommending the city fulfill the local match, which is 100% exemption of taxes on new construction for the first 7 years. The financial is the estimate tax exemption is $219,652 over the 7-year period. Questions?
It's $1.8 million for 12 units, 150 grand apiece.
I didn't include that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the garage.
Understand, but it's 12 units and 15 garages on 150 grand apiece.
Yeah, so I
It'll be a
put
pretty
down.
nice apartment, huh?
This would be his, This would be his last one to fill out his total of 6 out there. And this is the
Yeah,
last
but the
one.
first ones weren't this kind of price.
Well, no, probably not, because he started
Not even
how
close.
long ago? 8 years ago, 7
No,
years ago?
but I'm just saying, just asking how do you make it on $150,000 a year?
Motion to adopt resolution 21, is it now 30?
31.
31.
31.
Approve the workforce housing tax incentive program application to the Iowa Economic Development Authority for the construction of a multi-family housing unit by Gallus Enterprise.
Your second?
Yes.
Motion made and second to adopt resolution number 21-31 to approve the Workforce Housing Tax Incentive Program application to Iowa Economic Development Authority for the construction of a multifamily housing unit by Gallus Enterprises. We have a roll call on that. Christie?
Wick.
Yes.
Knapp.
Yes.
Vitale.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We just have to call on everyone, isn't that cool?
We have a bunch of them.
When did the state of Iowa legalize 250-car trains? That thing is still going.
Under.
Clerk, we're in the council.
I know, but we're kind of paying attention because something would happen to me, so these two guys in the back jumped up real quick. We'd lose the 2 media people too, and we'd have to just stop.
Okay, moving on to number E5, State Recreational Trails Program Funding. McClure Engineering has presented the Plywood Trail Executive Committee an opportunity to apply for the funding of the Phase 1B of the Plywood Trail. As the contract authority for the construction of the Phase 1B, the city of Lamar's must be the applicant. Phase 1B consists of the south end of Lamar's, which is C-38, to the north end of Phase 1A, which is west branch of the Floyd River. The application is due by July 1st of 2021. The IDOT will, with award sometime in the fall. A 25% minimum match from the local agency is a requirement of the funding. Attached is the application costs. The administration recommends council approval of the application for submittal. The financial end is the local costs will be reimbursed to the city by the Lamar's Area Betterment Foundation or the Plywood Trail Foundation. Comes back to your question.
Motion to adopt resolution 2132 to approve submittal of an application for state recreational trails program funding for Phase 1B of the Plywood Trail.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second to adopt a resolution number 21-32 to approve submittal of application for state recreational trails program funding the Phase 1B of the Plywood Trail. Do we have a roll call on that?
Knapp.
Yeah.
Vitale.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Wick.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Poor guy that comes after me, or gal that comes after me, you're gonna have to explain that 1B is closer to Lamar's than 1A is. Because, like Clark, it makes no sense, but that's okay. We're clear now.
Is this the 4th time, we've applied for this?
At least the third, I'm not sure it's the fourth.
And it's okay, it's just kind of weird, and again, I'll set mine out to the media people if they wanna try to explain 1A and 1B to them, because there ain't nobody gonna figure it out. We're just figuring out where the trail goes, and that's all we're doing. And we're trying to get as much grant money as we can, right?
And the timing is what is it?
And I think it also needs to be pointed out that these are not tax dollars being used
There it is.
for Plywood Trail.
Property tax dollars.
Thank you.
Oh, not property tax dollars.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
So we'll continue on.
moving on to number 6, and that's a request to close street Wise One. Wise One Brewing Company.
So Wise One Street.
That's Wise One Brewing, and brewing is a beer. Wise One Brewing Company, 15 2nd Street Northeast, is again requesting that a portion of the alley to the east of their business be closed on Saturday, July 24th, 2021 during ride-by. The space would be used for an outdoor service area. Attached is the information provided from Ben Sitzman. I think you had an opportunity to read the information. Also attached is a map showing the downtown area that will be closed off during the rag-by event, as well as the beer garden. Wise One, depicted by an X, is just outside the designated area. I know that Jason and Dave and everybody has visited with Ben Sitzman on this project, and we requested, figured out the sign or the area where it's gonna be and everything else, which is very important because now there's a way through that alley, right, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So there is no safety concern on your part?
No, when it was first presented to you, we didn't have a chance to look at it before it even came to you guys, so we wanted it rejected so we could meet with them. They are, and the next one that you'll see as well, they are providing exit pathways for the rag-by enclosed area to exit up that alley to the north. Also, Ben will have exits in his garden area for people to get out of the beer garden without going back into his building. So now that we've had a chance to meet with them, everybody's comfortable. Even the rag-by KC's with their beer gardens comfortable with these other ones adjacent. So everybody's on the same page now, so we're good.
The point I wanted to make, it has been explained to everybody,
Right.
and everybody's aboard on it. Okay, the administration recommends the council to approve the request. Since the original request was denied May 18, 2021, conversations have been continuing to find a way to allow it. It was determined that this closure would not cause any added enforcement issues or emergency response issues due to it being immediately adjacent to the larger closed-off area. I'd entertain a
Motion to approve Wise Eye Brewing Company request to close a portion of the alley to the east of their business at 15 2nd Street Northeast on July 24, 2021.
Is there a second?
So moved.
Motion made and second to approve the Wise Eye Brewing Company request to close a portion of the alley to the east of their business at 15 2nd Street Northeast on July 24th, 2021. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Okay, going on to another request, and this, all right. This one is a request to close the street of Baacker Sports Bar. Baacker Sports Bar, 18 2nd Street Northwest, is requesting that a portion of the alley be west of their business to be closed on Saturday, July 24th, 2021 during rag-by. The space would be used for an outdoor service area. Attached is information provided by Rick Baacker. Also attached is a map showing the downtown area that will be closed off during the rag-by, as well as the beer garden. Baacker Sports Bar, depicted by an X, is just outside the designated area. Again, I think Dave and police and Jason have all visited with Rick on this, haven't they?
Yep, same scenario.
Same thing?
Same access for those areas?
Yep, same thing, exit away through the area, beer garden. So both those beer gardens don't take up the whole alley.
Got it.
So they're not going property line to property line, so we've got space in there.
Yeah, we had met with Rick after his initial, when he turned it in, he's since agreed to reduce the size of his beer garden to match what Wise Eye's getting.
Okay, the administration recommends council approval of the request as amended. After the request was submitted, staff met with Rick Baacker and he agreed to reduce the size of his request. It has been determined that this closure will not cause any added enforcement issues or emergency response issues due to it being immediately adjacent to the larger closed of the area. I didn't get a motion.
Motion to approve the Baacker Sports Bar request to close a portion of the alley to the west of their business at 18 2nd Street Northwest on July 24th, 2021.
Second to the motion.
Motion made second to approve the Baacker Sports Bar request to close portion of the alley to the west of their business at 18 2nd Street Northwest on July 24th, 2021. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to E8, reverse osmosis pilot study and reverse osmosis water treatment plant project. Since the issuance of our national pollutant discharge elimination system permit on December 1st, 2018, the Public Utilities Committee, along with the Bolton and Mink Engineering, have been working on addressing the limits required by the permit. One specific issue has been the chloride levels that are present in our discharge. Our current levels have been 1,800 micrograms. The new limit, effective November 1st, 2023, will be 463 micrograms. McClure Engineering was brought in to look at ways to address the issue at the supply, which is the water end of the system. Addressing the issue of the water end has a potential to benefit all customers while solving the problem at the wastewater facility. The solution is to reduce the hardness of the chloride, and that leaves our water facility by installing a reverse osmosis process at the facility. The goal would be to reduce levels down to 130 milligrams as the water leaves the facility. To keep the process moving forward, the Iowa Department of Natural Resources would require that in a 3 to 4 month reverse osmosis pilot study be conducted to verify such a system that would work. The study comes with an estimated cost of $100,000. At the same time, McClure Engineering could begin preliminary design of a full-scale RO system. Well, there's a lot of meat in that, and I'm going to ask the McClure boys to step up to the table. If anybody had any questions, Rick?
Some words in there you're probably not used to saying all that regularly.
Say what?
Some words in there you're probably not used to saying
Well, they didn't
all
have
that
those.
regularly.
When I went to school, they didn't have those kind of things.
Yeah.
We've advanced beyond.
Yeah, so, when Michael gave, boy, how long ago was it?
It's over a year ago. I think it
19?
was January.
Yeah,
20.
he had came and filled us in on, he updated our CIP and our, well, I don't even know what it's called, a plan for the water department. This was brought up at that time, that the next step would be an RO. proceed at that time. But I think we're far enough down the road now with knowing what needs to be done, that we bring it back. The next step in that process is this pilot study.
Yeah, and I can add a few comments and some context. Michael Washburn, McClure Engineering Company. This issue's been looked at for over 2 years. You've had multiple engineering firms evaluate all the city's options available to you. As the mayor stated, this is a regulatory compliance issue first and foremost. In a sense, the city's being required to do this to meet new federal regulations. Bolton, Mink, and McClure have looked at, like I said, every option to come into compliance and to find the right path forward. And I think after multiple committee meetings, meeting with the industries, everybody involved has agreed that solving the issue at the source is the best solution to the city. So the agreement in front of you today is to take the next step by completing a pilot study on a reverse osmosis system, which would be installed at the existing water treatment plant. That system would reduce the hardness of the city's water, would also take out other chemicals and pollutants in the water. The contract also would take the project through preliminary design.
The reason that's added in there is I don't think there's any doubt that the pilot study is going to prove that the process will work.
Correct.
So rather than sit idle for 3 to 4 months, we'd just as well get designing on the facility. So.
And we've done some preliminary estimates of what this whole thing's going to cost. And at this point, the estimate's $15 million to get this designed and built and brought online. This is a 3 to 4 year project if you continue down this path. We've looked at how the project can be funded. The consensus from the Utility Commission is it should be paid for